Donald Trump is launching his global tariffs today. Nations across the world were scrambling to reach last-minute deals yesterday. Trade Minister Todd McClay says the tariff on Kiwi products could hit 15%. 4 o'clock this afternoon. Well, we will know by 4 o'clock this afternoon. We don't actually know whether it's going to be at 4 or before 4, but we will know by 4. So what could this mean for New Zealand? Currently, we're at 10%. Felicity Roxburgh is with the New Zealand International Business Forum. She's the Executive Director and joins me at the desk. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you on the show.
Thanks.
What would the difference between 10% and 5% be for our exporters?
So an additional 10% or an additional 15%, because we do already pay some tariffs into the US.
True.
So we pay sometimes around 2 or 3%. So if we were to go to 15 plus those 2 or 3, that's actually getting up close to 20% for some exporters. Very painful, very painful.
Right. Which ones, because depending on which industry you're in, well, your margins will be different, obviously, but also your rates potentially might be different. So which industries are most vulnerable?
Well, by definition, any industry that goods exporters primarily who are exposed to the US market and who are export oriented, so our classic industries of dairy, meat, wine, those are by definition the most likely to be hit. There's no tariffs on services yet, for example. So our tech sector, other innovation, that's for the moment experiencing the uncertainty that the tariffs bring, but they're not themselves subject to these new taxes.
It's all relative, isn't it? So long as we come out of today with the lowest possible rate, then our products will be more expensive, but so will everyone else's.
Correct. It depends on where we are relative to our key competitors. So this is like, you don't have to run faster than the bear, you have to run faster than the person next to you.
Yeah, right. And the bear is Donald Trump in this analogy.
I wouldn't like to say.
All right, so those are the industries, potential consequences. Is there, the 5 percentage point increase?
Yeah.
Would that potentially tip some of our exporters over the edge to the point where those products just become unaffordable to consumers, or you push the prices up and people stop buying them?
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt it would be painful for those exporters. I mean, they have decisions to make around whether they look for new markets. They can negotiate with the importers, because fundamentally it's actually the importer that pays the tariff, which they then try to either pass back to the exporter or onto the consumer. So it's painful. There are ways to get around it. Those are essentially commercial decisions for those firms, depending on their pricing points, their contracts. I mean, I heard from a lawyer that, in the good times, lots of contracts put in the drawers and not worried about, and now people are having to get their contracts out and have a look and say, what if we actually agreed with the importers? How can we insulate ourselves from this uncertainty? So
that you would check the contract and say, well, actually, who would pay for this in this situation?
Yeah, I mean, the importer pays for it, but there might be some under the contract, some passing on or price.
Because thus far we have escaped relatively unscathed, with no drop in price or in volume in terms of our exports on 10%.
That's right, but it's sort of due to other complex factors that are happening in the market as well. But 10%, sometimes actually a foreign exchange rate fluctuation is 10%. So 10%, I'm not saying it's not painful, but many of our exporters have been able to absorb that to a certain degree.
Yeah, fascinating. Thanks so much for coming in, Felicity.
Welcome.
Lovely to meet you. That's Felicity Roxburgh, who's with the New Zealand International Business Forum.